morning everyone. Now we are going to start with the next chapter of geography, chapter 4, that is Earth's structure. See, Earth's structure, Earth is divided into mainly three parts, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Lithosphere is the outer layer of Earth's crust and hydrosphere is the part that is immersed under the water, and atmosphere is a blanket of gases. Okay. So now we will talk about its chemical composition. Chemical composition, lithosphere or the outermost layer is the thinnest layer, okay, which is made up of silicates, feldspar and mica. It is divided into two divisions, that is Cl and Sima. Cl that forms continents and Sima, that is Sima, which forms oceans. Okay. Cl is silica and aluminium and Sima is silica and magnesium. See, core is made up of Nephe. Nephe is nickel and iron. Okay, they are heavy metals and that is why they are found deep inside the earth. Cl's density is less than that of Sima. That is why it floats over it. Cl means this continents floats over the oceans because of the density. Okay. See the diagram here, children. This is the structure of Earth. Earth is divided into mainly the interior or the internal structure of Earth is mainly divided into crust, mantle and core. So, core is divided into two parts, inner core and outer core. This part is core, then this is mantle and this is crust. As I told you that crust is the thinnest layer or it's the outermost layer of the earth, and after it lies mantle, and then this core is the deepest one, which is divided into two parts, that is inner core and outer core. See children, we are studying about internal composition or internal composition of the earth. It is internally divided into three parts: core, mantle and crust. Mantle, as I told you, is also called as barosphere, and core is the, you can say core is the innermost and it is inaccessible part which lies in the center of the earth. Okay. And it is divided into inner core and outer core. It has diameter of 7,000 km and as I told you, it is composed of nickel and iron. Okay. Now children, this core has a magnetic field which is oriented towards north and south pole because of the presence of iron and nickel. These metals are responsible for its magnetic field, or it is responsible for its magnetism. Okay. Then the solid state of inner core. See, the core is divided into two parts, inner core and outer core. The inner core being in the solid state because of its high density and pressure. Okay. The S waves, there are three kinds of waves: P waves, L waves and S waves. So the S waves disappear in the outer core, which suggests that, or which tells you that it is in a molten state. Okay. Then we have mantle. I told you that mantle is also called as barosphere. It has a thickness of 2900 km and it is divided into two parts, that is upper mantle and lower mantle. The upper mantle extends from Moho discontinuity to the depth of 7,000 km. I'll tell you what is Moho discontinuity in the lower mantle. For this you have to look into the diagram, children. See, these are the layers of earth, and the layers of earth, the earth's layer is divided into three parts, as I told you: crust, mantle and core. So crust, mantle and core upper mantle is divided into two parts. This mantle is divided into two parts, lower mantle and upper mantle. Okay. So the upper mantle extends from Moho discontinuity to the depth of 700 km. This is Moho discontinuity to the depth of 700 km. It extends. Okay. Then we have the lower mantle from 700 to 2900. From 700 to 2900 km extends the lower mantle. At the depth of 100 to 410 km, mantle is partially molten due to asthenosphere, and it is known as asthenosphere. When the mantle is partially molten, it is known as asthenosphere, and the pressure increases in the interior because of the density. The temperature here is 1000 to 900 degree Celsius. Okay. Now, talking about Gutenberg discontinuity, children, you can see the diagram. Here is Gutenberg discontinuity. What is Gutenberg discontinuity? The boundary between mantle and core. Mantle-core interface. The boundary, as you can see here, mantle and core. So, the boundary between mantle and core interface is known as Gutenberg discontinuity. Okay. It begins at the depth of 2900 km. After the Moho discontinuity, this begins at a depth of 2900 km. Okay. Then here you can see the primary seismic waves occurring here. They decrease in their velocity, while the secondary seismic waves, they disappear completely in this part. Okay. The next one is a crust or lithosphere. Crust is also called as lithosphere. As I told you, the crust, this part is called as lithosphere. It is the thinnest layer, and the temperature here is 0 degrees Celsius, but it rises in the interior part. It rises. Okay. Weight and pressure of the rocks also increases in the depth. Now, Mohorovic discontinuity was discovered by the Yugoslavian scientist whose name was Enrija Mohorovic in 1909, which is simply known as Moho discontinuity. Discontinuity is known as Moho discontinuity. So, it is the boundary between crust and mantle, and it has the characteristics of both upper and its bottom layer. Okay. So, now I tell you that the continuous changes in the earth's crust is due to the forces of the nature. Okay. Due to the forces of nature, like due to the earthquakes, okay, the disasters, the continental drift was put forward. The continental drift, the theory of continental drift was put forward by Wegener in early 20th century, and the theory of plate tectonics was put forth in 1960s, which suggests that Earth's crust goes on regular changes, means there is regular change in the Earth's